We really, really, really appreciate all of the help that everyone in the society and from around the country and from around the United States that have helped New Orleanians and to be able to recover. We received during the time of Katrina help from many of the companies that provided clothing, provided furniture, provided monies and fundings for us to be able to help people to get back into their houses, to help them rebuild their houses. And we received that approximately maybe 2.5 to 3 years. But there's still a greater need for that because there are some folks who've not returned to New Orleans that would like to return to New Orleans that just can't afford to be able to establish themselves with housing. Housing is a big issue here in New Orleans because a lot of folks did not have insurance. Many folks are still homeless that's living with family members, and we consider those people homeless because they can't get into their houses. Housing vouchers, you know, we're working with the city of New Orleans and also the federal government of how we can get more vouchers to get people into homes. So there is still a great need in New Orleans to be able to help. We have 43 conferences in New Orleans out of 78 prior to Katrina, and many of those conferences are helping people to provide food on their table, getting medication, helping people with home health care. The society actually provides a pharmacy, a free pharmacy, which medication is actually given to the indigent, the elderly, low income, no income. We also have our GED school, which we created to help the adults as far as getting their GED for the better quality of life. But we also provide clothing, we provide housing, and so all of the help that folks have given to us, we really thank God and we appreciate them for all that they have done for us.
That little food basket that you take to those in need is so little. So much more is needed. To be a voice of the poor is to be a person that truly loves your neighbor and that truly wants to bring Jesus to those who are suffering, not just with that little food box, but by being an advocate for them, a voice of the poor.
An example in Washington State of successful advocacy by our Vincentians was a proposal made last year by the state legislature to cut a certain benefits package. Now, this is something that's called GAU. It's something that's available to people who are unable to work because they are suffering from a physical or mental disability. It provides really a tiny amount of money, $339 a month, okay? Which is extremely hard to live on, but for the people that depend on it, this is absolutely the difference between destitution and the chance to live a decent life. And so as Vincentians, we know this because we do home visits to a lot of these people. So when we hear this through the news that they're proposing to cut it, it's immediately clear to us what the impact is going to be of cutting this on real people. And so through Voice of the Poor, we were able to invite our Vincentians to step forward and write a simple email to their legislatures and explain, you know, through their experience in doing home visits, what the real impact on real people would be of withdrawing this lifeline. And happy to say the advocacy was very effective. We had great response, and the legislator realized that this would be a bad idea and backed off the proposal. So we were able to save this cash grant.
We've been told that it's going to take a generation for Voice of the Poor to blossom and develop. But it's really the power of the Holy Spirit coming down upon us, us calling on the help of the Holy Spirit to be able to be that voice. And in the next 5 or so years, I would hope that every council in the United States would have a Voice of the Poor committee operating, looking at what are the needs in my community and how can we work to make a difference? How can we work to be that voice of the poor?